All right, I forgot to do a little what makes a good leader today when it comes to show you people you got heart. And heart means education, and you won't learn the same mistake as you got heart, and you won't just throw people into stupid, non-thinking ways, right? These days. So PS on that clip. I'm sorry. So here it is. So what you do is you have an army, you train them well. You can do it with police officers and stuff like that too. And you train them in psychology, certain areas. The minimum. They don't have to be psychologists. You pick out these certain areas of places, like I talk about when it comes to religion, things that you know are right, places that are right, got some things right, and the information you can use, like people do out the Bible, right? And you train these people in these areas, these things, as you're a good leader. The more they train, the better as well, but at least trained enough to know what they're doing to get them to that spot. So you can use such people and you train them up, and so on. And what you do is you go into these places. So you hear, these days they hear advice. Someone else gives you advice. You never go off anyone's opinion. You don't really know until you know yourself for real, unless you really know that what they're giving you is true, which is why we have sectors with cameras in certain areas. So if they tell a lie, we can look back on it and they can get the deep shit. Right. But if you know they're all giving you the truth, more likely, then you can do certain actions. But if they're big actions, definitely if it's got to do with innocent people, kids, stuff like that, when it comes to, make sure you double check things, make sure areas clear before you blow up the building, right, is that you send people in on the information to check it out. Your army, your eyes again, yourself, whatever, how way you want to present to get the real truth for you, really, that you know, not just, oh, I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take his word. That's not the real truth. That you know it's the truth, right? More than likely, because if you go back on it, they're going to be in deep shit. If you don't get those type of truths and you just go, oh, shit, took his word and then he doesn't have it, then you could be in their boat, right? So that's how you get the real truths. And you send your troops in, right? You check out these areas of all these guns and bombs here, apparently, and we go in and you find out and you send your robots in first. So you get to the area on foot to the place. And then you send your robots in, right, see what happens. And you go see what happens when you retrieve these weapons. If you have all-out fire and caves are crashing in and all your intelligence is failing, right, you pull back, you think again, can you make it a little bit better from the lessons that you may have just learnt, right, and go back in, right, as you show what bowls is and that you're not just a person that goes bomb, that's why you're there, because you handle these people that just want to go on innocent lives. You don't want to be as bad as them. We're a team that go for them. And if my team was around, guess who I'd be going for, people? Because they're doing that. I don't care about the rest of the story. I care about the kid. You see? And you go in there with a team, and you're probably more likely to retrieve a lot of these things. There will be no propaganda, no fucking up. They might just leave too, knowing that you're coming. They could have been there knowing you're coming. Shit, they're coming. Right? I wanted them to blow me up so I can give them a story about how evil they are, just like me. Evil love doing that. I've been noticing that, and definitely locally and closest to me, that they do tricks to make you look like a biggest bad guy. And if you fall for it, you are. And if you do the actions, then you are too. Saying it, thinking it, that's okay. That's where it's cheap, those things, and doing it, there you go. That's what I talk about, people. Literally choking them, literally stealing from them, right? Instead of stealing information, at least they've still got the information. So that's not as bad as stealing the whole thing, right? Stealing something that could be hard for them, literally taking work from them. Right? Extra work. And that's what stealing information can be in a way as well. But you know what I mean. But what do we see? And we see these people that are doing these things too, some of them, that they're saying they're doing it the right way, that they've got it right. What's science that shows them that? What have we learnt is right? And what we learn is right and what we say is right. Well, we'll be able to find out. So is love real? Do we have love right, that word love, and the actions of love? Or do we really have them wrong? Because we're showing that obviously we don't. We're showing all these words, I've been talking about this, all this stuff, but we don't actually do it. We show and teach kids that you got to be respectable to be a good debater. Can't be yelling and screaming and carrying on. But then you go in the real world and it happens mostly. Unless the kids rock up that day. Then they go, come on everybody, we've got to do this, kids are here. But it ain't real then if they're doing that. We're here to just be you. Yell and scream, that's you. But you do teach us not to do it. That doesn't look very good, does it? And you're on TV. Does that mean you can cut off the TV? That's what we're hearing these bad guys do. They hide their shame. We can't do that, can we, people? Right? But anyway, see what happens out there. And good luck with what you do.